Hey guys, welcome to this very special video / podcast because where are we at, Tommy?
We are out here in Moab, Utah for the 2024 Easter Jeep Safari, and that right there, that green Jeep is traversing, that's Wipeout Hill, which is a legendary obstacle here in Moab.
Yeah, and so we're here with the Jeep Gladiator Mojave, and in this video / podcast, you're gonna ride along with us as we go up the, hold on, Nina, come here. You're on camera here. This is Nina.
Ooh, you got a little mouse in your hand.
The legend, of course. the best, I shouldn't say it because Emmy's going to give me a lot of crap.
Oh, yeah, you can say it. Say it for Emmy's benefit. Say it.
I was going to say the best off-roader I know.
Oh!
Except for Emmy. No. Hey,
Coming for you, Emmy.
Nina, so what are we doing here? What's the point?
So this is Wipeout Hill,
Yep.
and typically this is considered like Rubicon territory. We have a bunch of Mojaves out here today, so this is just to show that Mojaves, they still got the DNA. We got that rear locker, and we're going to use it.
And Nina is, well, she runs Barlow Adventures.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in Sedona and you guys want to rent a Jeep, she's the woman to go to because she's got the goods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now I'm going to go help this guy get out of our way.
Looks like he's stuck.
Yeah.
All right, you go show him. All right, Tommy. So we're going to be, doing the podcast from the actual ride. And who is this brought to us by, Tommy?
Well, this is brought to us by our friends over at AccuAir Air Suspension. So the new Wrangler now can be had with AccuAir 4-corner air suspension. You can lift and lower the vehicle at the push of a button. It still maintains all the flexiness of the front and rear axle, and it adds a level of comfort and just height adjustability to help you get in and out. That is awesome.
You want to zoom in on that Jeep? He's really struggling.
Yeah, so check out AccuAir, link in the description below. Now a Mopar partner. This guy is really going crazy on this hill.
Yeah, because usually you go right. I don't know why. Left must be the hard way to go.
That's the fun way, Dad. Look at him go.
Look at him, look at that. He's gonna get stuck. He's gonna get stuck. And Nina knows this hill backwards and forwards.
Yeah, Nina is an expert trail guide.
Yeah.
She's been doing this for a lot of years. But Dad, let's talk a little bit about the truck while we're here.
Well, let's watch this guy. We got an hour to fill, Tommy. We can watch this guy. We got like six of them to go up. So if this guy's smart, he'll listen to Nina because she knows how to get him up and over this obstacle.
Well, he's taking the super hard line there.
Yeah, he has.
It's that we're looking at a jail Wrangler
You
Rubicon.
want to walk up there?
Nope, I want to stay down here, Dad.
All right. Let's see if maybe he got it this time.
Oh, he did it.
Maybe. Yeah, he got her.
There he goes. All right, so I want to talk about this, Dad, while it's parked so we can show the inside.
Sure.
So this is a 2024 Gladiator Mojave, and the Gladiator's been updated for 2024. A lot of the big changes are on the inside. That's why I want to
Well,
showcase
they're not big,
this
are
one.
they, Tommy?
Well, I mean, the screen is bigger.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a little bit of a different screen. It's a little bit bigger. I think for me the most important thing are these buttons right here.
Yeah, so we now have power seats as an option with lumbar control. Thank goodness. That was such a needed improvement. We're gonna watch Rick Payway go up the hill now.
Yeah. The legend.
This JT Gladiator. So this is the Mojave trim, and this is kind of the desert running trim. And what that means is that it has the Fox suspension and jounce bumpers. It's got the rear locking diff, but it doesn't have the sway bar disconnect or the front locker of the JT Rubicon. So it's a little bit more compromised in some aspects, but a little better in others. From a rock crawling standpoint, about a 33-inch tall Falcon tire on this vehicle. You can hear that 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 doing its thing.
And you would think, Tommy, that you need to be triple locked, right, to make it up Wipeout Hill, but we're going to do it with just the center and rear lockers engaged.
Wow. This doesn't look like much on camera, but that is a serious hill. Look at the performance. I'm going to come up one step higher, Dad. Rick is driving that Jeep like he stole it. Well, like it's not his, because technically it isn't.
Oh,
There's that
that's a bit of an ass scratcher.
longer departure angle. There it goes. Beautifully done, huh, Dad?
Yeah. Well, Rick, come on, he's a legend.
Yeah, Rick Payway. So, these Mojaves are
Can I say something about Rick before we move on?
Sure.
If you guys have a JK and you look in front, and there's that little plastic piece.
JL.
JL, sorry. You'll see that there's a little imprint of footprints. Those are because of Rick, because Rick is legendary for always wearing open-toed sandals.
Yeah, there's little sandals on the cowl.
And so Mark Allen, the guy who designed the JL, put those in there.
These have them too, I think.
As an homage. Do they?
Yeah.
I don't think they have them.
I think they have them on, on the hood, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the next stock Mojave. You want to scoot a little this way so we can get a better angle? Thank you.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So this is that kind of army green color that's coming up the hill now. We are aired down to maybe 20 PSI.
That's our friend Nicole, I think. So Nicole actually owns, her and her husband own a 4xe, and she's part of the podcast of Wheel Bearings. So if you guys like wheel bearings with Sam, Nicole, and Robbie, she's the one driving up this. So I think this is probably the hardest thing she's ever done.
These Mojaves,
I could be wrong.
These Mojaves do have a beefed up rear axle as well. Also for high speeds, but of course we're not really using the high speed at this moment. We're just taking it nice and slow and easy. Some of these are equipped with the Falcon Wild Peak ATs. Some are on MTs. This one is an AT Jeep.
Nice work, Nicole. Made that look easy, Nicole. Made it look easy. Nice work.
Walked right up that.
Yeah.
There are 7 new wheel options, by the way, for 2024. These are my favorite. I really like these gray on silver two-tones. These also have the rock rails and, of course, the underbody protection. Look at that. People wonder why.
You know how we have that ass scratcher on Fins and Things? This is the real ass scratcher.
It's a better ass scratcher. People always wonder why solid axles are advantageous, and that's because they kind of seesaw like this and keep the wheels in contact with the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, the Toyota people would say that's wishful thinking.
Well, the Toyota people would say well-developed independent front suspension is all you need.
So look at all of the Jeeps here for the Easter Jeep Safari. Pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah, very impressive.
Kind of a Jeep Jamboree traffic jam. JJJ, Jeep Jamboree Jam.
Do you like the new hood scoop?
Is it functional?
I guess it's not new, but the hood scoop on the Mojave.
Is it functional, Tommy? You know? Well, look. We'll look when we get.
I don't think it's super functional.
Yeah, I think they're doing the Tacoma thing, huh? Maybe it's functional. You know, is the hood scoop functional? Do you know?
The what?
Hood scoop. Is it functional?
It can be.
It can be. So maybe there's a plastic
know
insert
if
you can pop out.
Yeah, or cut out or something.
Yeah, yeah. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's coming up now? One of the guys to catch up?
Well,
Yeah.
this guy was with the big green Jeep, and so we're gonna let him play through. So
Is he going to go the hard way or the easy way?
we shall see. He's doing peer pressure.
So Nina's cool.
Let's
Come
point
on,
this way.
cowboy! Hammer down! Hit it with your purse! Oh wait, wrong event.
I love Nina because I'll say, yeah, I took this vehicle up this obstacle, and she's like, yeah, but I did that in a Renegade.
Yeah.
No, I did that in a flat fender with no roll bar. Look at the articulation on that.
Is this a pretty safe obstacle, Nina?
No.
It's not.
It's safe. It's fun. It's not safe.
You're going to roll down there, Tommy. Come on.
This is not the time to ask these questions. You signed the waiver.
Nina, it's just metal. See, it's just metal.
Yes.
All right, now for those of you guys listening to this, we've got a JK going up. What, on 37s, Tommy?
Probably.
Yeah, it looks like he's on 37s.
The same obstacle we just did, though, in the stock JT, which is cool.
Much shorter wheelbase, so he's not hitting.
Yeah, got a better departure angle on this guy.
Yeah, looks like he's been around the block.
The 80 bumper with some love, much rock love.
Yeah, he's got a sticker that says, "It's a rock, get over it." Yeah. Ha ha ha. And he did.
That's a good one.
Yeah, look at that.
Got some nice deep gears in there.
All right, now we got some more Mojaves coming back up and over.
So here's a question, Dad.
Yeah.
The Mojaves we're driving today are about 65, 66,000 as equipped.
Yeah.
And there's now a lot of vehicles in the mid-size truck category for that price point.
Well, I mean, the one that comes to mind is you can get a Ranger Raptor for 57. So these are almost 10K more than a Ranger Raptor. And I know Jeep will say that it's a premium vehicle, right? It's the only convertible truck, which it is, but that's a big premium to pay over, you know, a vehicle like the Ranger Raptor that doesn't have a, you know, V6, but in fact has a, what, 450 horsepower turbo?
But it's a V6.
It's a V6, but I'm saying it's also turbocharged, yeah.
Yeah, you've got that EcoBoost engine with the forced induction. So yeah, I mean, look, we're comparing this to a 3.6, 285 horsepower in this Mojave.
Not that you needed crawling up this stuff.
No, not on this terrain, but yeah, it is a tough...
It's a tough sell.
It's a tough sell. I mean, if you want to take the doors off a vehicle, yeah, the Mojave is going to be the vehicle for you.
Yeah, you know, our Tacoma was 45, and all the comments are, that's crazy expensive. Now we're $20,000 more. Oh, there he goes. I mean, you know, long-bedded pickup trucks do have kind of crappy breakover angles, and you're kind of seeing that a little bit here.
But to be honest, Dad,
and up departure angles.
If you wanted a TRD Pro Tacoma,
that's going to be 65-ish.
Yeah, you're going to be paying more for that vehicle.
We were guessing at this because it's not out yet.
It is impressive, though, that these stock vehicles are walking up this obstacle.
He's just hitting his...
hitch, just the hitch. That's all that's really been the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, when you consider what other vehicles are on this trail, right? So we have our stock Mojaves, but then we've got these crazy borderline buggy JKs and TJs, and it's pretty cool that we're out here with those vehicles.
Well, we're also coming up, but we let Nathan do the work for us. So Nathan is going to be our
guinea pig.
Our guinea pig.
Should we get a new angle?
Yeah, let's change it up a little bit.
Let's come on over here.
Yeah.
Nina's like, go walk up super
she knows,
high.
Dude.
So
Come on, Tommy.
Come on, she knows, Tommy.
what am I, 26?
Yeah, what am I? A lot more than that?
All right, I'm coming up here, Dad. This has become a climbing podcast now.
We can do it over here, Tommy. This would be a lot easier.
Oh no, it's fine. We'll get the
I'm
camera
gonna beat you.
situated.
You can take the little path. There you go. Like this. No, he's last.
Oh, good work, Dad. Look at you on your little hill. Coming over here. So, Dad, the question is, look, we can podcast across the gap from two mountains. If you're going to buy Gladiator, do you get the Mojave or the Rubicon?
Rubicon.
Why is that?
You get more for less.
Yeah.
I mean, I want the front locker.
You don't get the Fox suspension, though.
True that. That might be Nathan, Tommy.
It is Nathan.
Oh, it is Nathan. Oh, Nathan's going up.
Unusual, he's not at full throttle. Oh, there he goes.
Using the Nathan method, as always. It is.
That color is cool. I do like that kind of rhino color.
Hey, Nathan! I was going to ask Nathan if he cut the line. Apparently he did. Hey, you want to show Rick's feet, Tommy?
Rick, show me your feet. There goes Nathan. Nice, there he goes.
And Nathan made it up with very little drama.
I'd say more drama than the other guys. He made it interesting.
Yeah, he did.
All right, should we go talk to him?
Yeah, let's go talk to him.
See what he thinks, and then we can come back and film some of the other Jeeps.
Hey, I'm behind the fence.
Oh no, you're trapped. I really do like the way
Oh, he killed it.
I really do like the way the solid axles articulate. Nathan, how did you stall an automatic? And there he goes. Let's go see how the experience was. And then we'll take you on a little tour of some of the inside, outside. There you can see that Fox suspension doing its magic, keeping the tires in contact with the ground.
I believe we are aired down, Tommy.
We are, Dad, you're right.
Let's give him a little, now let's give him a little walk around of the inside of the Jeep.
Yeah, I'll give Nathan my mic.
No, I'll give him my mic. You hold the camera.
Okay. walking over
We need
here.
3 mics. That would be a good thing.
Yeah, the 3 mics would be the game changer.
Yeah, that would be a game changer.
Nice little tonneau cover here.
Come on, DJI, give us 3 mics. Hey, I'm gonna give you a mic, and you can be part of the commentary team.
Never
now.
stlled an automatic
I know,
Jeep before. That's a first.
Dad, you want to take the camera?
May have been a little too happy with the
The
accelerator.
throttle.
but
Well,
I wasn't really doing anything too crazy over there.
you didn't break it.
Oh
That's
man,
the
all
most
you
important
Toyota
part.
people are going to start yelling at me. Wow, you broke the Toyota too. And I didn't break that, by the way. But no, it just stalled.
How do you think that the Jeep goes up the hill, Nathan? How did it perform?
It did okay.
Yeah?
We did that same hill years and years and years ago with the Power Wagon, which had no problem. And I think it's a different type of balance. Also, I mean, I smacked the crap out of the back of this thing. Just, boom, boom, boom. Watch behind you there, by the way.
Yep, you can see. So
Yeah.
that hitch is going to be the lowest hanging part. Luckily,
Without a doubt.
it's going to take it pretty well, but yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely part of it. And also just, power, could always use more.
Oh,
We were just talking about that.
yeah, here, you want to see?
Yeah, so we were just talking about that, Nathan. These guys, as seen here, are what, 66, 65,
66,
yeah?
yeah.
And you can get a Ranger Raptor for 57.
I'm really torn on that. Look,
By the way, I love Jeeps, so it's,
well,
and they have lowered the price recently.
A little.
So one of the things to keep in mind, and this is an important part, they're showing us the most expensive versions of these things, and they always do. You can get a Willys, right? Or Willis. We still haven't discussed which way it goes, by the way, on Willis or Willys.
The guy died halfway through.
So there was a guy who the company's named after, had a company called Willis Overland, right? But then the promo footage in the 40s and 50s, in some videos they said Willis, in some videos they said Willys. So I don't know if it really matters. The Jeep guys always say Willys, though, wouldn't you say?
I would say Willys too. And those who, like Bruce Willis would say Willis. Right? So, one of the things is that you can get a Willys. All right? You can get a locker. You can get bigger tires on it. And suddenly you're doing 95% of what this can do.
For like 10, 15K less.
Oh, almost 20, if you think about it. So significantly less, and I just don't, it's the suspension on this, that's really the pricey stuff, and I haven't seen anything so far that's made me go, that is worth that extra 15, 20 grand.
All right, well, let's find out if it has a hood scoop or not.
Yeah, let's see if the hood scoop is
okay.
functional.
Or if it's not.
So, there's a Mojave thing. So, it doesn't appear to be blocked off from just looking at it, Dad. It kind of, you want to bring it along here?
This is the hood scoop we're talking about.
Yeah, it looks okay, but then if we open it up,
Oh, wait a minute,
it's-
I see nothing.
oh no. Yeah, there's not much going on
Oh,
there.
that ain't no bueno.
And there's that 3.6 Pentastar V6. Nathan,
Yes.
All right, and
hang on, I'm going to open up the hood in this one. I think I noticed something interesting just now, Dad. Sorry, Nicole, I'm opening up your hood. Did they take the engine cover away?
What?
There's no engine cover on it.
Well, that's because Nicole took it. She sent it back to New
I
England.
just wanted it as a souvenir.
Nicole, do you want to be in our little video?
Sure.
Okay, so this is Nicole Wakeland.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Nicole is on my favorite podcast,
Oh.
the Wheel Bearings Podcast. And how was your experience going up the hill?
Oh, it was scary stuff. It was scary expletive. It was very scary. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. I think the thing that's always cool about it is you do things, you look at them and you go, I can't do that in this. And you just zip, you do it.
Yeah, you did.
Was that the hardest thing you've done, Nicole, in a Jeep?
In a Jeep? Close, maybe? Maybe close to the hardest thing I've done in a Jeep, but I've done some pretty tough stuff in a Jeep.
I'm talking about off-roading.
Oh, that was a
Roman
horrible joke.
Micah, we
Oh my
cannot
God,
take him
the dad
anywhere.
Jokes. Will you restrain him, Tommy?
We can't take him anywhere.
You cannot take him anywhere.
Well, Nicole, thank you. If people want to find more of your stuff, where do they go?
You can look for me, NicoleWakeland.com, and you can find all my stuff right there.
All right, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you being a good
You should
sport.
close up her hood, Tommy.
Yeah,
Well, I got the one side, but Tommy refused to do the other side.
Look at that,
He's
just walk around,
Not
open
even a
people's
gentleman.
hoods.
I'm going to unbutton this. And
I'm going to drive away the hood.
The hood flies
Tommy,
open.
Here, you take this for a second.
Okay.
Right, can I borrow that? All right, so I was telling Tommy that Rick Payway, right, is a legend,
He is the grandfather of off-roading
and
fun.
that there are footprints on that little plastic piece, right, to show this little, but I told him that the Gladiator doesn't have those footprints, and he didn't believe me. You see footprints, Tommy? Uh-huh.
Well, maybe the Gladiator doesn't, Dad. You may be right about that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
I think the Wrangler has the little bare footprints.
Yeah,
in the
yeah, I
sand.
know what you're talking about now.
Sandals.
Sandals, yeah. Yeah, maybe there's a Wrangler coming.
Yeah, because it's a truck.
It's a truck, yeah. Or maybe it's for 2024 they got rid of it.
And what you're going to be hearing, guys, is a lot of people talking about the fact that this is, no, this is a brother of the Jeep. It's a brother of the Jeep. That's the new thing that they're saying now. No, it's not. This is a unique vehicle. It's a unique platform. It's a truck.
All right,
And
let's
it's
talk.
a truck that's a Jeep.
So yesterday we had a chance to talk with the new CEO of
Yes.
Jeep, a man by the name of Bill
Pepper.
Peffer.
Awesome. Pepper.
Peffer. P-E. Anyway, he came from Maserati, and he said some interesting things.
He did indeed.
Yeah, so for the longest time, when the Gladiator was introduced, we were like, it's a Wrangler with a bed. And Jeep was like, no, it's
No.
not. It's got a completely different whatever.
It's the rear frame and everything else is completely different. It's beefed up. It has a big axle in the back that's off of a Ram. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff like that, which is what they initially were. And we got it. You know, we yeah, sure, makes sense. Can tow over like 7,700 pounds, can haul about 1,700 pounds, give or take. That was kind of its whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Now they're reversing course on that and they're saying, no, it's a Wrangler with a bed.
Yeah. And the other thing that they've reversed course on, which is also interesting, is remember when the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer came out? Mm-hmm. You'd have a hard time finding a Jeep badge on it because it was its own thing.
Right. The only way you'd find Jeep on it is just looking at like a lens or something like that, where it was just like built by Jeep type thing.
Maybe a hose.
Yeah, but the point is that it was not considered a Jeep product. It was a Wagoneer product or whatever.
And now, of course, they've gone and owned that stepchild. And so now, of course, the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer are Jeeps, which we've known all along.
We have, and that doesn't sour me at all. You know why? Because they've needed a little bit more of a Jeepy treatment to be more off-roady, because I don't think they should go up against like the Suburban and all that stuff. They need to be more off-road worthy, far more, and I think maybe by coming back to the fold, maybe they'll become that way.
Right, here. Let me borrow this. I'm going to put this back on Tommy. Tommy, let's go see. Here comes the Wrangler. Let's see if it's got the little feet on the hood, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of our guys. Yeah, he's with us.
Yep. That's
And he's going to stop. I need to know. I need to know if he's going to stop there. All right, never
I
mind.
think he just keeps going.
He
Dad.
just keep going. No,
Yeah.
he keeps.
That's, by the way, that's a 392 Jeep. That's been discontinued now. There's a final edition version, which is over $100,000.
Yeah, so if you want your Hemi VA Jeep, you better have a lot of zeros in your bank account or be willing to take out a big loan.
Yep. So I think it's very cool that they're doing a final edition, but you are going to have to pay for it. That one, I think, is the Rubicon 20th anniversary version. It's got those
Oh, look, he
tan
came back
tow
to
hooks.
us.
Yep.
Well, let's go see.
That's very cool.
Yeah, let's go see if those little, or if they've done away with them.
Yep, there they are, the little footprints. Sorry, Ron, we're looking for footprints.
We
got
found them, yeah. So, that's of course the one that everybody wants, right?
Yeah.
The 392.
And now let's do a little bit more on the.
You want to chat with Brendan, your buddy?
Let's do a little more on the 2024 Mojave
I guess that's a no.
Gladiator. So I want to come in here, Dad.
See the shocks yet?
Yeah, that's a great. So the internal bypass shocks there, with the reservoirs on the outside, very cool.
That is part of the big package.
Yep.
Remember, Nathan, you're not mic'd.
Yeah, and that's part of the.
Not yours.
That's part of the big package.
And then up front we have the Jounce bumpers, which are cool. You can see them pointed through. And then Dad, come on side with me. I want to show a couple other things.
Sure.
Mojave, I like these cloth seats. They're kind of nice with this little, almost looks like diamond plating texture. And then let's talk about some of the other changes. Standard side curtain airbags, which is a must-have.
On the back now.
On the back as well,
They
yeah.
don't inflate while you drive. What the hell's wrong with that?
Well,
You
ideally
just
they
bang your
don't.
head against it, so why have airbags? Come on.
I think it's more of a safety thing there,
Oh, for
Nathan.
crying out loud.
And then also, Sport S and above now are getting adaptive cruise control, which is really great. And then, of course, automatic emergency braking as well. So they're bringing some safety tech into the Gladiator.
Okay, wait, how come this one doesn't have electric seats?
Is this our Jeep?
Yeah, it's ours.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, I thought they had them. I thought they all had them.
I think it's an option.
It's an option.
Oh, is it an option?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that one we looked at had them,
I see.
but this one doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Interesting.
well, there you go.
What about the one next to you? You want to open the door?
Yeah, pop it open.
Does that one
Let's see
have
if
it?
that one has it.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
that
go.
one has
With the
it.
green leather.
All right, well, hold on here. Nathan, hold on this. I'm going to see what the maneuver in this guy's.
Yeah, so
Okay.
ours was 65 and some change, right, Nathan?
Yeah, and so I thought it was the most expensive. Apparently,
You want to play a guessing game?
68.
69.
68,530.
There you go, Tommy.
A couple grand more. Sweet.
Okay, so our guide is telling us it was time to hit the road. You want me to drive? You want to drive?
I'll drive. You talk. And
I'll go in the back seat.
Yeah. No, you need that for the back seat. We'll share.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
We'll share that bike.
Oh, well, okay. We'll share it.
Okay, hopping in. Good rear seat room in the Gladiator. So, one thing, Nathan,
Yeah.
that people don't usually talk about in mid-sized trucks, but is very important in my opinion, is the rear seat room. And the Gladiator actually has quite a bit of it.
It's not bad. I mean, some people don't like the rear seating position. I don't find it to be the worst. I think there might be more room back there than in the Ford Ranger I just sat in.
Yeah, 4 dirt bikes coming through.
4 dirt bikes coming through.
So I was using the off-road pages. Here we go. Watch them. And it was showing me pitch and roll. And I stopped looking at the pitch when it got to like 15 degrees. And I kept going up and kept going up and kept going up. And you probably saw that I accelerated kind of hard.
So I got the window sticker here. Window sticker on this one is, without the power seat stat, 65,865. So it's a couple thousand less than that one.
If you're in the mood,
It's
it's
a
a
bargain.
great place to mess with your select speed control, which is the off-road cruise control, I call it. That's a button. It's just to the 2 buttons to the right of your hazard button there. Looks like a Jeep on a bumpy soil with a little clock.
You see it there, Dad?
Yeah, I just turned it on.
And to help anyone, if they use select speed control, you can knock the shifter over into the manual gate. And what that does with select speed control, instead of limiting gears, it actually is different step speeds within select speed
Oh
control.
gee, the mic's not working. So basically we're using off-road cruise control right now, and you can change it by changing gears. And that is a foot off of the, no, you still have to steer, Dad.
You have to hold on to the steering wheel.
I understand it doesn't steer itself, but first of all, I don't think it
pedals.
changes gears, Tommy. I think what it does is
Changes the speed.
it changes the speed. So by going manually down or negative, it slows down.
You can see it on the screen, Dad.
Yeah, and then
It's 1.8 miles an hour.
Yeah, there you go, speeds up. And so we're gonna go up that big hill. Here, want me to show them?
Nope, I just got it.
You got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna zip up there.
Is it okay that this is showing red?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
that
Okay,
means it's
okay.
recording.
Okay, just make sure.
Yeah, and it feels like it's drumming a little bit, like a Toyota.
kind of like the crawl control system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can probably up it a little, Dad. 1.2, let's go crazy. No, that's down. That's 0.6. Interesting, Nathan, they go by intervals of 0.6 and not 0.5.
That is the European part of Stellantis.
It's the French, huh?
Yeah, it's right. We only go this, you're lucky they don't go by,
Kilometers?
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was about to say.
What
but
the heck is a kilometer?
It's kilometer, by the way.
Good time up here.
Ironically, they don't sell these in Europe.
It's because this would be just, what would they do with this in Europe?
This would be like a heavy-duty truck in Europe. For all you Europeans watching or listening to this, tell us if you think this would be just ginormous in the streets of either, London or Paris or Munich, right? This would just be a monster. And it's a mid-sized truck here, which is the second smallest.
You have to pay a fee in order to drive a gas vehicle through London. And I think that they would double the fee on this, just for you even showing up. In fact, I think they might tase you or something like that as well.
All right, so we got this steep hill coming up, this little cliffside. Let's see what degree we can hit.
Yep.
It's nice that they have a little Gladiator in that new Uconnect 12.3-inch screen and not a Wrangler.
Yeah, I'm happy about that, but it's the wrong color.
It is
Sorry.
white, you're right.
Yeah, I would rather have this is a gray, and I want the gray one.
Oh, it's pretty
For
steep.
$65,000, it better be gray.
Here we go. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. Oh, that is a steep hill right there.
Pretty steep. Yep, 26, 27.
Wow. Can't see much but sky.
Very good throttle control, Roman. You're doing great.
Yeah, I'm driving too, Nathan. You notice my hands are on the wheel.
Yeah, it's not a hands off the
This
wheel.
is not the time to even take your hands off the wheel, so thank you for not doing that.
Oh, I took them off.
Hey,
Oh,
Dad,
God, no,
don't do
we're gonna die.
So look, Nathan, I have to say,
Yeah.
even though this is an expensive vehicle, in a rock crawl scenario, I do think the Gladiator is still probably the king.
Without a doubt. It's capable of doing so much that a Wrangler can do, right? But really, the two things that go against it versus a Wrangler would be its length, because it has a super long wheelbase by comparison, and its heft. Those are the two things that would play against it. But it still has all the capability of those other ones with those two minor issues. And it depends on what type of off-roading you're doing. In some cases, it won't matter at all.
You know, it's funny because we're in the middle of truck madness right now, where we have had or will have all 6 trucks in the mid-size class that we're comparing head-to-head. So we just did a drag race that we recently published. We've got, obviously, Andre taking these trucks up the world's toughest towing test, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to do you've done, Tommy, you've done the comparison on the skid rollers, right?
Yeah, the slip test.
Yep. And then hopefully off-road, that's still coming up. So you guys, if you want to see all that, just head on over to all TFL, because, you know, at least two of the new 6, well, there's 7 if you count the Chevy and GMC twins mid-size trucks, right? It's the biggest segment of them all in terms of number of trucks.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's a big segment, and look, the Jeep is actually pretty competitive on some towing numbers as well. 7,700, right there at the top, when properly equipped, of course. Not all of them. I think the Mojaves do 5,000 pounds.
Also, manuals do less. They're like 3,500 pounds, I think.
And this is, I think, Nathan, one of the few in the class you can get with the manual. The new Tacoma, you can still get the stick. But if you want a manual,
This is the only other one.
the Gladiator's kind of it.
And the Gladiator only has one engine now. They got rid of the diesel. It's gone. And they so far have not brought in the 4xe version of this. I think that's still in development. They did announce it a couple years back and said that they were working on it, but it still hasn't happened.
And you asked Mr. Peffer, the new CEO, about that, and what was his response?
He said, watch this space. That means, in my mind, they're still developing it and just weren't able to do it quite yet. And, you know, you got to think about it, Tommy. What does it take to go from a Jeep Wrangler 4xe to a Jeep Gladiator 4xe? There's actually quite a bit if you think about it, right?
Well, first of all, you got to go to the 2-liter engine from the 3.6.
Right.
Right? You have some packaging with the battery location. You have to consider towing capacity, because that's going to have to be a lot higher.
Yeah, it's got to be competitive, or else nobody's going to care. They're just going to say, well, why am I going to buy a plug-in truck that doesn't do anything? So in order for this to be competitive as a plug-in hybrid, it has to be, I would imagine, just as good, if not better, than the regular, this version right here. Wasn't that, well, I mean, that makes sense to me.
I think that they're battery constrained. I think they have as many batteries as, you know, they can put into a vehicle. And so do you put them into the new electric charger, right? The e-muscle, or do you put them into the Gladiator and create the 4xe Gladiator? I think, you know, battery capacity might come to play.
Maybe, although,
I said back here was like my favorite spot.
Stand
but I
by.
think, like, this is probably my favorite spot.
so that may be the case. However,
Because you nose up over that rise right
And is talking about how this is her favorite spot in Moab. It is beautiful.
it is quite,
And look at
it's
the
very
view
striking.
out the window. You get some really nice slick rock, which is what Moab is known for. You get some hills. Yeah, it's a really nice, beautiful area.
It's a nice way to flex a vehicle, to get it, you know, articulation going, test its traction.
During the engineering presentation.
Do you want to turn them down a little, Dad?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't want to. Yeah, that's marketing talk right there. So I wanted to go into that whole idea of Jeep/Stellantis could have a golden opportunity to be the first to provide a plug-in hybrid pickup truck.
That'd be awesome.
And that's my point with the 4xe. That's why I keep pushing it, because in my mind, they would be, I mean, there is something to be said about being first, right?
Well, plus then all of a sudden you get, you know, the tax breaks,
Yes.
right, which is nice, and then you get to wear the green on your collar or your sleeve, which is nice. You know, I asked Mr. Peffer if you know, they were going to bring in Avenger, which is doing really well in Europe. So it's a B segment, in other words, a small hatchback that they sell in Europe, and it's front-wheel drive, and it's all electric. And according to what I've seen and read, those things are doing really well in Europe. And I thought, bring them to America. And he said they've done the research, and they don't feel like B-segment cars, like the Bolt, basically, sell here. But I think there's just a huge hunger, Nathan, for anything that's affordable, and that could be affordable.
100% agree with you. In addition, they are doing a hybrid version of that, and they are working to having a rear drive, so in other words, an all-wheel drive version of it as well. And in my mind, first of all, it looks cool. Everything I've heard about it from the European press is very positive. And they just got rid of their, why does this guy manage to always walk in front of us instead of nobody else?
I don't know, I slowed down for him.
Jealous.
Look at this view. Tommy, can you show that? Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
the buttes and the LaSalle Mountains. I mean, this is just incredible.
It is extraordinary. What's one of the reasons why I love coming here?
You know why I like the Gladiator, Nathan? It's got the best ride, right? It's got the longest wheelbase.
Yeah, that helps.
Off-road, it's got one of the best rides.
As long as you're not scraping on things, yeah, it's great.
Well, then that's the downside, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, exactly. But I've been very happy with the way they've engineered this vehicle. I know it's not a huge seller, but here's one thing that a lot of people tend to forget. Let's say you want a 4x4. This comes standard with four-wheel drive, even the base model. Let's say you want a crew cab. This comes standard with the crew cab, right? You know what I mean? So you get a lot of stuff standard with this that you'd have to pay extra for with some of the other competitors. That is a positive.
Oh, and the reason we're talking about Mr. Peffer so much is because, you know, he just took over the brand from our friend Jim Morrison. And so, you know, obviously as a new CEO, he probably has new direction that he wants to take it. And so that's why we're kind of, you know, we had this roundtable with him where we got to ask him questions, and he had some interesting things. Some of the other interesting things, and we'll go back to this in a second, that he had to say was, for instance, he felt that the Grand Cherokee was kind of the halo car of Jeep. I kind of feel like it's a Wrangler. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not
Or
wrong.
maybe he misspoke. I don't know.
I think what he was thinking of is sales.
Yeah, because they sell more.
They sell a lot more, and also in addition to that, they get a lot of awards for the Grand Cherokee.
Yeah.
They've won more awards than any other
Yeah,
SUV.
But it's not the vehicle that holds the DNA of the
I agree
brand.
with you. I'm just telling you why he thought that, I think.
What do you think, Tommy?
Well, I think that they both sell in a good year well over 200,000. But I think, yeah, a halo vehicle to me is what holds the DNA of the company, and I think that the Wrangler is going, you know, to take that crown.
Shall we go outside and show them what this looks like up here?
Sure. Let's have a look-see and try to describe it to the people who are listening. Because it is...
Here, spectacular. Does that work?
Yeah, Roman, there. Thank you.
Good. Really, I think one of the Gladiator advantages is the back seat room is actually very good.
I think it's quite good, yeah.
Yeah, compared to especially Tacoma.
Oh, and there goes my head.
Let's see that. What's the payload number on this one?
I'm willing to bet it's less with the suspension.
This one is 931 pounds.
Told you.
That is not much.
You know what it is? It's that off-road suspension that's on this thing. So you get the high numbers when you get the standard suspension.
Well, that's what I said. Instead of
Yeah.
that's what I said. Instead of getting this one, get the Gladiator. You get the disconnectable sway bar.
No,
which
the
you don't
Rubicon.
You mean the Rubicon?
The Rubicon, yeah, sorry. You get the disconnectable sway bar, and you get the front locker.
And you
That's
can
a
get it for a lot
no-brainer.
less money.
Yeah.
The whole point of this thing is that it has a rapid response suspension system built specifically for bouncing over high-speed bumps and going over dunes and everything else. They wanted to build this to go against those other vehicles. But I think what they were aiming for was a little bit more of the F-150 Raptor over what was eventually to come. Because remember, they've been developing this for a while, right?
Yeah.
Mojave's not new.
Can I borrow this? Hey, I want to go talk to Brendan. Let's go talk to him. Your
Brandon.
buddy. Brandon.
Brandon,
Hey,
can
Brand-
you go on camera for a second?
Yeah. So I'm not going to ask you any questions about future products.
Okay, that's good because
Cause
you know
you're not
I
gonna-
can't answer any of those.
But what I love about like the Jeep guys. So why don't you tell them your title?
My name is Brandon Germer, so I'm the senior brand manager for the Jeep Gladiator.
Yeah, and so what I love about the Jeep guys is they live it, right? So how many Jeeps do you own?
I own 3 Jeeps right now. So I've got a 1943 Willys MB military Jeep, 1946 Willys CJ2A civilian Jeep, which was the first Jeep I bought when I was 15. I've got a 2015 two-door Wrangler. Oh, actually, I've got a 24 Gladiator as well, Rubicon manual. So I guess I've got 4 Jeeps.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lifestyle for a lot of the team. It's not just, something that you sell, but it's something that you own and something that you love.
Oh yeah, and you see that across the board, whether you're looking at brand marketing or design or engineering. There are Jeep enthusiasts throughout the company working on the brand, and we're passionate about it, and we want to keep the brand obviously moving forward, especially with electrification and define the next era of capability, but at the same time staying true to our roots and coming out here and connecting with our our most loyal fans and ensuring that Jeep vehicles can keep doing Jeep things.
All right, now I'm going to ask you the hard question, which we've been wondering about. Are you nervous?
Just a little bit.
You can get a Ranger Raptor for $57,000. That's with everything, all in. These guys are 65 and up. What's the value proposition? What would you tell your customers? Why is this worth 10K more than kind of the top of the line Ranger?
It's a very unique formula, right? So obviously there's the off-road capability that Gladiator offers. There's the truck characteristics. You can tow 7,700 pounds. You can haul 1,725 pounds. And then America's only open-air pickup truck, right? Taking off the top, taking off the doors, folding the windshield. There's nothing else out there. It is incredibly unique. It looks very unique with the Wrangler styling, the 7-slot grille, the fender flares. You're not going to find anything else like it, and that's worth something, that unique formula.
So Tommy, I bet you've got some questions.
Yeah, I mean, what's the most significant change for the 24 model year?
Most significant change, it's definitely on the interior, that Uconnect 5 system with a 12.3-inch touchscreen in a new instrument panel. That is by far the biggest change.
Sweet.
Dude, thank you.
Yeah.
Really
Thanks,
appreciate
Brandon.
it.
I appreciate it.
We're saddling up. Time to go. Saddle up, my man.
You
Here
got
you go.
the mic? Back in the hot seat.
For those of you who've seen old Western movies, think about it, and then mix it with the surface of Mars, and you've got this area.
Nice description, Nathan.
Thank you.
That was a very nice description.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Can I do another one? Stunning.
Nathan, I can take it from you.
Yeah, take it. Yeah, I'm just gonna put my seat away. Not that I don't trust you, Dad.
There you go. I'm gonna take the little mic, Dad.
I got the mic.
So basically, Brandon was saying, if you want an open top
Hey, it looks like we've got
pickup.
An official Easter Jeep Safari run.
Oh, we're coming up on an official Easter Jeep Safari run.
We'll cruise along till
I'm holding it.
we'll get to a wide spot, or it looks like they're stopped at the moment, so we'll see
Oh,
what
look at
happens.
all those Jeeps. My God. That's a lot.
Yeah, but
Hey, so let's tell them what the Easter Jeep Safari is. Why don't we go through that? Because I'm sure a lot of people listening to this aren't aware of what this is. This has been going on for, 58 years now? And it started as a one-day event where people who love Jeeps came out here and just basically went off-road.
Yeah, before Easter.
Yeah, but it's grown so much now.
Yeah.
They're estimating 20,000 Jeepers come out to Moab for this week. And what they do is they have trail runs, they have get-togethers. There's a giant convention with all kinds of, expo basically, with all kinds of Jeep parts. All the manufacturers of aftermarket parts are out here. It's just a big Jeep jacuzzi.
It's a Lollapalooza for Jeeps, or it's a Woodstock for Jeeps, or whatever you want to put into your little, terminology. It is the premier Jeep event. And the thing about it is, no matter what your skill level is for off-roading, they have something here for you. I'm not trying to entice you guys to come because there's just too many damn people to begin with. But I will be honest with you, it is awesome. What they do is they go on various trail runs, and you meet early in the morning more often than not, and you get in a line of between, say, 7 and 50 cars. Jeep. Well, it could be anything. It
could be, yeah. We saw Broncos, we saw Toyotas, and there's a Jeep run coming up in front of us, so you'll see how many. I'd be curious to see, Nathan, how many of them are actually Jeeps and how many of them are non-Jeeps, because you don't have to have a Jeep to actually be a part of the trail run. You just have to have a vehicle that's plated.
Now this is very important. Tommy, what do they not allow on these trail runs?
Side-by-sides.
And what else?
Vehicles without low-range transfer cases or motorcycles.
Monster trucks.
Monster trucks
are no
baby.
longer permitted on these trails. Why? Because they take up too much room and they break down all the damn time.
So
if you have a passport, you're out of luck. Sorry.
Yeah, but if you have a Bronco, technically you can join. You look kind of silly though, wouldn't you say, Nathan?
Well, the regular Bronco, would be fine, but I think a Bronco Sport might be a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, that might be an issue. But they have these organized trail runs. So I think we're like kind of in this area behind the rocks. And they have a number of them throughout the entire week. The next Saturday is called Big Saturday. It's the big day. But throughout the week, you can join hundreds of fellow Jeepers, and they'll guide you through the trails, and they'll help you out if you break down. It's very cool.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to diss people. I love passports, so that came across as cruel. I didn't mean that. I mean, what I meant to say was it doesn't have low range. which Honda, I'm sure, is considering, maybe. Hopefully. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Well, their old Passport did have a low range. Actually, technically speaking, you can bring a Passport here as long as it's the Isuzu-based one.
You're right, Nathan.
Yes, I am. And more importantly, Subaru, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, most of those people, Mercedes I guess you could bring out here, but most people wouldn't because it's too nice.
We had that one with a low range. We had that GL with a low range.
Is it on the trail? I haven't seen too many
Have
on
you
these
seen any
trails.
G-Wagons out here?
Yeah, lots of G-Wagons here, Roman.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see on this trail run. You think they're going to be other vehicles that are non-Jeeps? We'll find out in a sec.
Yeah, and we'll have kind of a good idea too. So let's see what the hardcore Jeep community is driving. Is it mostly the new JLs, or is it old TJs or YJs? And we'll be able to kind of see some variety of Jeeps. And Nathan, some of the coolest Jeeps you see out here aren't Wrangler based. Sometimes you see some really interesting Cherokees and Grand Cherokees, occasional Renegade, although that's pretty rare. But the Renegade was a cool little trucklet thing.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
No low range. Yeah, same problem.
Yeah. You know what I like? I like seeing the guys in like YJs who are able to really bring it together and come up with a vehicle that absolutely blows everybody else out of the water.
Who have no spines left.
We are going through...
You're not going to have a spine, that's true.
We're going to be threading the needle here. It's very tight.
You got Rick Pay having us do it. And normally he's just like, blast it, full power. Yeah, go right through there. No, he's just taking it easy and having us go through.
I wonder if a Raptor could get through here.
No.
Do we have
No.
Do we have the painted fender flares or the plastic ones?
We have the plastic ones.
Oh, thank God. You could just tear them off.
Yeah,
and no
go
one
for it,
will
Roman.
notice.
Don't even listen to what the trail guy's saying. Just go for
That would make
it.
for a much more interesting podcast, wouldn't it, if I tore the fenders off?
It would be edited. All right. It does. It certainly feels claustrophobic in this one little area here. I think. Thank goodness that Rick is here.
Yeah.
If you hear a crunch,
Throttle
throttle out.
Yeah. Well, almost hit the mirror. Almost hit it, but I didn't.
Are you watching Rick?
I'm watching Rick. I'm watching my mirrors. I'm watching everything.
You want to roll
Thank
the
you.
window down?
No.
No, he's got job to do.
Got a job to
He's
do.
doing his job, and
So let me show you these pages, Nathan. So you got a bunch of things here.
Yeah.
So you got vehicle dynamics,
that's just cool. It shows where your lockers are, what is engaged and what is not engaged.
steering angle. You got accessory mode.
I do like being able to look at the coolant temp, and you know what it does? Oh, it does have trans temp. That's great.
Then you have pitch and roll.
Yeah, I already used it, and it scares me.
And then we have forward-facing camera.
Nice.
Or
Yeah.
a rear-facing camera.
Both of which are great on the trail, but here's the thing, guys. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Nissan, among many, many other automakers, have that bird's eye wonderful view camera set up where it's in the mirrors and everything else?
Can I push this button?
Sure, he's going to hit the clean camera thing.
So it actually is a squirter for the camera.
Yeah.
I love
so
that.
you've just obscured your view with little droplets. Now, well done, Roman. But other automakers provide camera systems that are pretty outstanding. Oh, the AT4X, remember that?
Yeah.
That had excellent cameras.
And that's another vehicle too that also can be had with locking differentials in the both the Colorado and the Canyon.
We seem to have a traffic jam. Hey, the other great thing, Tommy, which we should talk about is our friends over at Onyx.
Yeah, Onyx Off-Road, they're a go-to off-road navigation software. They will tell you how difficult any given trail is, what to expect. People upload pictures so you know what it looks like, and you can never get lost out on a trail. Plus, it integrates with Apple CarPlay, which would look fantastic on this new 12.3-inch Uconnect system.
If we had it hooked up, which we don't.
Yeah, if we had it hooked up.
So there are some nice things about this Jeep. I mean, you've got the felt up here, so there's a little bit of sound deadening, right? You've got this really nice material everywhere. I mean, I think the Jeep, you do pay more, but the Jeep interiors reflect that. There's not a lot of hard plastic. Well, there's a little bit.
This irritates me. So on the door panel, for those of you who are listening, I'm tapping on a very hard, very cheap feeling piece of plastic. That's right there where I rest my elbow. Now, I know that many of you are like, well, it's easy to clean off. Yeah, okay. Many automakers actually have soft material there, so you can hang your elbow out there, drive with the windows open, and you don't have to worry about getting, your elbow sawed off, feeling raw plastic eat into it. So, yeah, I have an issue with that.
There's some other nice things here. You've got, 4 auxiliary buttons down here. I love the fact that you've got both heated seats and a heated steering wheel, and these are really nice buttons, right? You don't have to fuss with the screen.
Agreed.
Figure out where, the air conditioning controls are. The steering wheel is nice and fat and leather bound. And a hood, looking across the hood, it feels very purposeful and, dare I say, badass. But like I said, we just had the other 5-6 trucks in the segment, and I read the comments when we published the drag race, and I think a lot of people are kind of down on the Pentastar because it's been around forever, right? It's been tried and true, and for here it doesn't really matter because we're never using a lot of horsepower or torque. But the Pentastar, could use a little bit of a freshening up, or in the Gladiator at least, you'd love for them to put the 392 engine.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Yeah, that would be cool, but
Wouldn't that be cool?
it's not going to happen. But you know what probably will, and I'm hoping soon? The Hurricane.
Oh yeah.
Twin turbocharged, straight 6 in this, which puts out a lot more torque. That's exactly what this truck needs. Even if they managed to detune it a little bit for better longevity and perhaps fuel mileage or whatever, because this thing doesn't get very good mileage, I think that would be an awesome idea. Of course, the big question is, how are they going to do it? When are they going to do it? And how much is going to cost when they do it?
All right. So I'm going to stick the camera out, Dad. And
There we
we're gonna
go.
have some commentary on the Jeeps that we end up passing. So it
Okay,
looks
so
like-
so far, nothing but a line of Jeeps as far as the eye can see.
The
So-
first one is a cool. That's one of the earliest lubricants.
Yeah, so trail leader is a TJ, looks like. Howdy! And then we've got a Willys JK, which is very cool. And then we've got a 392 JL in Gobi. Love your Jeep. That's awesome. Hey! And then we've got
Rubicon.
another JL, beautiful.
Oh, look at this.
Really clean TJ. Wow!
That's
That's
nice
amazing.
looking. I like that.
There's your YJ, Nathan. That's a beautiful Jeep, my friend.
Oh yeah, Tommy's in love.
You've got the 4-door Rubicon JK, very cool. Another JK 4-door. Oh, angry Jeep. Very cool.
Look at
Howdy. And then here we've got another 392. Looking nice and muddy. Very cool.
I don't see any
And
ducks, Tommy.
Gladiator. There's a duck right there.
Yep.
Gladiator,
Yep, that one has a duck too.
2-door JK, early JK. Howdy. 3.8.
Another 392.
Another
If you're
392.
wondering where all the 392s went, they are all here in Moab, Utah.
Howdy. It's a JK. We've got another JK Rubicon, Recon, or is that a 10th anniversary? I think it's a 10th
That
anniversary.
one there.
Yep,
Proper cowboy, that one is.
yep, JT,
There you go.
Gladiator.
Hello, hey.
I mean, it's mostly JLs, right?
A majority
Howdy.
of them, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of nice Jeeps out here.
They're all closer to my age than your age.
Another JL. Hi there, love your Jeep.
I guess we have to go around this little thing here.
We've got a really cool color on the JK. That thing was awesome. And then we've got kind of a good mix of 2-doors and 4-doors. I'm actually kind of surprised. by
Yeah,
that.
it is actually a good mix of 2-doors and 4-doors. What's that? That says Vast Nap.
That's Trap.
Oh,
Howdy.
Vast Trap.
Yep, and then look, I think JL, nice JL, and then I really like that color on the JK. It's mostly, I'd have to say, newer Jeeps, though, Nathan.
Yeah, without a doubt. There's a couple others that stand out there. I really liked how clean some of them were too, not in terms of obviously dirt, but just without having a whole lot of schmutz hanging off of them. I'm not one who really likes to add a lot of weight to a vehicle. I don't really see the necessity for a winch 90% of the time. I mean, some people do. I just think that adds a lot of unnecessary weight, and I love seeing some serious off-roaders not using them. It sounds strange, I know, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going in with a group of people and one guy has the winch, then if you don't have it, then you are doing well, in my mind.
Got some nice little speed going on there, Dad, in that Mojave.
Yeah, Roman decided to open it up. A little caffeine hit him. It's weird. So, Tommy, these airbags that are incorporated into the bars
Yeah.
near your head, aside from the fact that they stick out a little bit, normally I would put my hand up here as like a gripping point. It's not you can't do that.
Yeah, but don't they sell the little grippy things that you can put in here? But that
Yeah,
might
I
block
don't
the
know if you
airbag.
want
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah,
you're
you
going to probably have to
want
put a
a little-
quick release on those or something like that.
Yeah.
You know? So well, maybe they go here and here. I don't know. That's strange. Curious to what you guys think about having the integrated airbags into the roll bars, essentially, or whatever they call them now.
Well, folks, I think that was pretty much close to an hour there, Dad.
Yeah, I think we've wasted,
Wasted plenty of time, but we wanted to
Wasted
take you
time.
guys with us on a little bit of this. And this is just a small piece of what we do during the Easter Jeep Safari, right? I mean, there's so many other things we do here.
Yeah, we eat a lot.
We do eat a lot.
Yeah, we eat a lot, too much probably.
Probably. But we also interview other people who have different types of rides and rigs and trailers, you name it. So a lot of that stuff is going to be coming up on our various channels as well.
Actually, what we do, and you guys should go to all TFL if you want to see this, is we go and look at the newest concepts and then get to drive them and then publish a video. And this year there were some really cool ones, so head on over to TFL because we're going to have a lot of videos featuring all the newest. And the concepts are cool because they're kind of a peek into the future of where Jeep is going.
In some cases, and definitely they like to go into the past as well, so it's a little bit of a mix, and I really dig it.
Oh, we got a driver change happening in front of us.
All right, folks. Well, we'll catch up to you on another video. And if folks want to find more of the stuff, Dad, where do they go?
I believe it's alltfl.com, Tommy.
You got it. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
Ciao.